Well, here we are breaking trail. Trying to get past that cabin platform. And I kind of got a bit of an incline again. She's been doing real well. Just a bit of struggle on the incline. All I've done to get past these couple times I've gotten stuck like this is just pick the ass end up and drag it back a couple of feet and go again. I can't do that with the Viking. I'm actually having lots of fun with this little thing. The Viking is big and comfy and powerful and pulls the sled I've been pulling no issue, whereas this one is slightly gutless and wants to dig a hole when met with a hard spot pulling the sled. But without the sled, this thing is a fun little trail breaker, and it's much less work to get her moving again compared to that Viking when I get that Viking stuck. Now if I don't get it stuck, I can just hit reverse on the Viking and saw my way back and forth until I have a path to hit the difficult spot with. But the couple times I've gotten that thing stuck, it was a shovel job, and if it was any worse, I'd have needed a jack and a come along. Whereas this thing I can just pick up. So moving on that way. So here we are. Floorboards buried beneath the snow. Well, lower than the top of the snow anyway. Dug a little bit of a hole. Made it a little ways. I had to dig a trench, and as soon as there's an incline, this thing loses steam. I've had people at booths tell me I'm asking too much for my crafts. Ask me why my hats and mitts are so expensive. I joke that you know, a lot of blood, sweat and tears went into them, and that was just the sewing. That didn't count getting my snow machine stuck and shoveling it out and changing parts in the cold, barking my knuckles on a stuck bolt that gave and surprised me, slamming my hands into something that didn't give as much as my hand did. So I think my trail ekes around and then up that little hill. This is an awful lot of work for no fur this year. I have gotten one marten, and I've seen tracks for one other marten. Of course there are wolves and coyotes moving around, but they ain't going where I hang my snares or put my traps, and I don't really want to put my traps where they are going, because, you know, I'm a bit conscientious of the other users on the trail that enjoy the trail when I cut the trees out and brush it. Actually, I haven't done that much brushing this year, and you know, I could do more, but so could the other users. That's kind of a poor way of thinking, but it's easy to think that way. It's poor, but it's easy to think that way. So I'm laying here in the snow, resting, and in the silence of the woods you think of some stuff. And what's going through my head as I'm sitting here resting after having gotten my snow machine stuck and shoveled a trench and walked up this hill to make sure I know where my trail is. It's right there, I think. Sometimes you get caught up in debates online, Facebook, YouTube, newspaper articles regarding consumptive use, be it hunting, fishing, trapping. Trapping seems to catch the brunt of a lot of crap. And, you know, it's just, what are one of the common themes of the crap we catch is that trappers are barbaric, uneducated, and lazy and cruel, and that there is no cause for trapping in a modern society. And okay, I can live with barbarian. I eat red meat. I can live with barbarian. I've eaten me some raw foods. Barbarian's almost a compliment to me. But lazy, uneducated, ignorant, or not needed in today's society. It's just, no. I mean, look at this. I got to shovel me a trench up that hill so that my snow machine can make it. I got to shovel it from back there in front of my snow machine too, around this bend uphill, for one piece of fur this year. And I'm missing good fur, wolf fur, because I don't want to set traps where those tracks are, because I'm being considerate of other users for whom I cut trees out of the trail. Well, I cut the tree out of the trail for me, and they benefit. And lazy? No, not lazy. Barbaric, I'll give you. I chew a lot of meat off the bone. But lazy? No. Unnecessary? No. You remember a couple of years ago, I think it was in like 2010 or I forget. But there were wolves and coyotes, wolves for sure at least, eating dogs out of people's yards, bouncing back and forth between Chena Hot Springs Road and North Pole. Eating dogs out of people's yards. Because it was easier to eat a domestic than it was to take down a moose. And cruel? No, I'm not cruel. I just am. Take wolves 3 days to run down a moose and eat it alive. That moose is dead in a couple of minutes when I shoot it. That wolf is dead in a couple of minutes if I get to shoot it. I've never caught one. I want to. Lazy. Well, we're gonna try it. I've dug a trench here. I think if I get enough steam between that bend and here that I can make it to flat ground up there. I'll give it a shot. Here's the trench I dug. Trappers are lazy, uneducated. There's trappers out there with bachelors and masters. Me? No. I sucked at school. I tried. Oh, we're gonna give this the old shot, see what happens. No doubt about it, them Rio trappers is tough. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my knee there. It's to the top of my knee. Tugged a little old Tundra in there pretty good. I think this is about it. If I'd had Martin hanging in traps back there, got snow in my hand, maybe I'd keep going. Oh yeah, that's honest. Just about thigh deep. It's an honest knee. Just about thigh. Oh, I'm so close to some flat ground there though. Maybe I got one more in me. It's daylight still. I got one more in me. Let's see what happens. That last little trench got me several hundred yards. I think I'm whooped. Looking at an incline where I greatly wish I had the Viking. And again, if there had been some marten hanging or cat tracks or anything, I would be more inclined to go. But man, it's hard to do this for nothing. Even though fur isn't 100% the only reason I do this. Part of the reason I do this is because I get fat in the winter if I don't do anything. So I try to stay active, and this helps. But that's a long incline there. It ain't steep or nothing, but it's gonna be a pain. I've made it a lot further today than I thought I was gonna after the first couple times I got stuck. But I still haven't made it as far as I want to go. It's still daylight, but it's been real cold all day, and it's only going to get colder. I think I'm going to turn this little beast around and go home. Forgot my food. It's hard to keep water from freezing on this little thing, so I don't have any water. Oh, next week's supposed to be warmer. Well, according to my phone, it's a balmy 26 below. I'm done with breaking trail, checking traps, everything. It's cold enough for me to bust out my fur hat from Fritzy Furs. Used to be much more beautiful. I've put it through the ringer. And my own pair of fur mitts. It's chilly. So, just about done. Busting out the warm clothes for the long drive to the truck. You guys be safe. Back to the truck. Made it back to the truck. It started. So, in my last video I shared a picture of a screwed up U-bolt. It was an improvised hitch. There's a good one, a proper one. Woo! It's chilly. Alright, y'all be safe out there.